Back in 2007, I took a basic video editing class. Pat, my teacher, held the position that in documentaries, audio was much more important than the imagery. An audience would accept almost anything to look at as long as the narration was compelling enough. Check out these two versions of a micro documentary. Filmmaker John Thornton lost his last remaining lower molar tooth to extraction on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. It cost him $500. Filmmaker John Thornton lost his last remaining lower molar tooth to extraction on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. It cost him $500. Generally, I go with the second approach, insisting that the visuals illustrate the words that are being spoken. But for today's dysthymic essay on the problems of the world, I will be going with Pat's approach. The visuals, which have nothing to do with what I'm going to complain about, are from an art-making webpage that I coded back in my teaching days. I hadn't tried it for years and found that my cryptic instructions were insufficient. So I had to look at my code again, and that itself was confusing to my elderly mind. Anyway, here are some thoughts about the big problems facing the world and my one remaining scrap of hope. The biggest problem, which renders the others all the worse, is what I call Putinization, named after Vladimir Putin, the most dangerous and evil person alive. Putinization seeks a world ruled by a small club of dictators, a club that Donald Trump very much is trying to join. Achieving dictatorship requires a war on truth, eliminating all voices that disagree with the dictator. We see Donald attempting this every single day. He sends National Guard from red states with high crime rates to D.C., where the crime rate is lower. He guts government agencies like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Weather Service, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and replaces experts with compliant cranks and stooges who follow his inane directives. He's giving full military honors to a woman killed trying to break into the House floor to attack congressmen and women on January 6th. Dictatorship inevitably leads to corruption, the impoverishment of the people, oppression of non-preferred groups, and often war. The Russian people, for instance, are now simply cannon fodder for the madman Putin and his attempts to resurrect the borders of the Soviet Empire. Two other huge problems, climate change and unregulated artificial intelligence, become almost impossible to solve in a Putinized world. Complex problems like these require truthful analysis and policies based on facts and evidence, which don't exist in dictatorships. So we can expect accelerating collapse of ecosystems and livable spaces. A friend from Arizona told me recently that he no longer can go outside during the summer daytime hours. there's not going to be any safe place. Neither the mountains of North Carolina nor the forests of Canada will be spared devastation. War, famine, and death will be inevitable byproducts of unaddressed climate change. And then there's artificial intelligence. This is dangerous and needs to be regulated, but the dictators, billionaire tech cronies care more about money than safety. It's simply a pipe dream that AI is going to benefit more than hurt people. Of course, big tech will need both products and customers to make money. But AI is going to replace millions of human jobs. So who's going to have the money to pay for some specious product that they're going to try to sell us? The homeless and destitute won't be able to afford their sex bots. Skyrocketing electric prices due to increasing demand of big tech's massive data farms will make it hard for humans to afford energy. So when we need air conditioning the most in this overheated world, we're not going to be able to afford it. And of course, if the dream of superintelligence is realized, why would it need us? Now for my tiny glimmer of hope. Abraham Lincoln referred to America as the last best hope of Earth. If we Americans can defeat Trump's ambitions to be a Putin-like dictator and call our beloved country back to its higher self, we might still be able to lead the world out of its impending crises.